Maine has a lot of iconic associations: lobster, blueberries, lighthouses, and leisure. But that doesn't paint the full picture. 1.3 million people call this state home. Entrepreneurs, educators, creators, investors. They make their living here in towns and cities and unincorporated territories, from the rocky coast and sandy beaches to beautiful mountains and pine forests. Maine is where people come to have it all. World-class companies, work-life balance. This is where we live. This is where we work. This is Maine.
This is Maine. Go Sox, #1.
Hi everyone, I'm your host Erno Valley, and this is my buddy Baxter. Each week we will travel to new places around Maine and introduce you to people living their best Maine life. Millions of people travel to our state each year, but we are some of the lucky ones that get to call Maine home. But so can you. Stick around to see how.
I'm Heather Johnson, and I am the Commissioner of the Department of Economic and Community Development for the state of Maine. And our job is really to help grow the economy and support our communities. You know, I was really surprised when I started this role. I thought, I'd have to get out in these communities and really talk to businesses and try to encourage them to expand and grow in Maine. But really what I found is they're knocking on our door saying, hey, we're ready, we have great opportunities, we're looking forward to partnering with you to do this or that. And so I've been really pleasantly surprised at how many businesses have kind of commercialized opportunities that are kind of right in front of us. I think Maine is a great place to have it all, if that's possible. We have great outdoor recreation opportunities, we have beautiful landscapes, we have a food marketplace that's, amazing and considered in the top 10 nationally. And we have a great workforce. We need to continue to grow and expand our workforce, but I think what you'll find are really talented, smart, creative people that will work really hard. Welcome Home is really about an inclusive, embracing opportunity for anyone who wants to be in Maine. We have a great tourist population that comes every year, and some of them multiple times a year, and we really appreciate that, and that's a great economy for us. We also think a lot of those people would like to live here or maybe start their business here. We have such a wide range of kind of opportunities here. If you want to live on a river and raft every day, great. If you want to live in a more urban market and walk to work, that's available too. It's really intended to be a place where people can choose where they want to live and then work there as well, because we have great job opportunities across the whole state. So I actually moved back to Maine because I had adopted a little boy and I wanted him to grow up near my family and in the same community I had, so that he had the opportunity to have these kind of really ingrained Maine values that I thought were really important for me. I live in Norridgewock, which is adjacent to Skowhegan, and there's this really interesting entrepreneurial community there that's grown in the last maybe 10 years. There's just a hardworking, take care of your neighbors, look out for each other, personal responsibility that is really ingrained, particularly in Maine communities. And I think it gives you roots that allow you to have a launch pad to anything that you choose.
Skowhegan, everybody, we are here having lunch at the Miller's Table, per Heather's suggestion. The Miller's Table is right here in downtown Skowhegan, on the way to one of our other favorite places, Sugarloaf Mountain. Here at the Miller's Table, they are known for their brick oven pizza, so we're excited to try their traditional pepperoni in just a little bit. And we're also going to meet the owner, Amber, who also owns Maine Grains, which is behind us, so we're going to get a tour of that as well. She produces locally sourced and organic grains and provides them to chefs, bakers, and brewers all throughout Maine and New England.
Welcome to Maine Grains Grist Mill. This is an operating grist mill that specializes in processing organic and heritage grains, and we operate out of a repurposed county jailhouse in downtown Skowhegan. This mill directly grows out of grassroots organizing to figure out how to bring back Maine's grain economy. And one of the things that my business partner and I realized was that missing infrastructure in the state of Maine, so the machines to clean and process grains really was one of the obstacles to bringing grain production back on Maine farms. So we started the mill in order to make rolled oats, stone milled flour, and other grains for bakers, brewers, and chefs across the Northeast. We're 7 years in business now, working with over 15 different distributors to get our products around the Northeast. Some of the best bakers around are using our flour. It's freshly milled, it's full of flavor, and when you're stone milling grains, you still have bran and a lot of the nutritious oils in the flour. So that can sometimes behave differently in a recipe than white flour, and it takes our bakers some expertise and practice learning to use it. But by and large, I think some of the best breads coming out of the Northeast are made with our flours right now. It's very rewarding to have gotten this project off the ground and to be seeing it grow. Our sales have grown every year, so we're still working on getting good products out and bringing on new products all the time. Maine has a vibrant food scene and an incredible amount of support for its farmers. I think Maine also has a beautiful setting and a beautiful climate for growing food, and with that comes with a reputation for producing high-quality products like ours. Skowhegan, like many other rural communities in Maine, has opportunities, and for us it started with taking inventory of what our assets were here. We have affordable farmland. The other thing we have are just hardworking people that are willing to work with their hands and learn new things. So in the world of milling, we didn't know what we were doing when we got into this, so we've all had to jump in with both feet and learn from the ground up. The rewarding thing about tackling a project like this in a rural community like Skowhegan is that it makes a big difference. So this project has brought a lot of positive attention and has been a source of pride for Skowhegan. Like the mill, these village enterprises like bakeries and breweries are becoming the highlight of a good life in rural Maine. And it's great fun to see where our products end up and what they get turned into. So from the delicious baked goods at the Bankery, or whether it's up the hill at Bigelow Brewing with our oats being made into delicious beers, it's great fun to see what's happening.
And cheers, everybody. Our next stop is for a sweet treat at the Bankery, and then we're going to top it off with a beer at Bigelow Brewing and meet back up with Heather. We'll be right back.
At WEX, we believe what you do at work is as important as what you do when you're not at work. So whether you're holding court in the backyard or diving into the back end, as individuals, we're inspiring. As a collective, we're creative problem solvers, using innovation and technology to move the world forward.
If you enjoy creating technology-based solutions, WEX is the place for you.
If we get it right, the feel that we want people to have when they walk into David's is like they're coming into their own house. They're comfortable, they're welcome, and I don't know, we listen to them, try and give them what they want. David's is this place where you come for any occasion. Not too formal, not too casual, just find good stuff to eat, good stuff to drink, friendly people to wait on you.
My boots and briefcase are waiting at the door. My ride sweeter to meet the one I love. All my life.
So I'm Lindsay Lopes. I'm the Employee Success Partner here at Certify Inc. So I love coming to work every day because the people that work here just really make the company what it is. We have a great family atmosphere here. There's a lot of laughs and smiles on a day-to-day basis, and everyone here works really hard. They look out for one another. We take care of each other here. So it's a really great place to be and to have my career here. You're never bored here. There's always something to do for fun, and working at Certify, it really does provide me with that work-life balance that I need to experience all those things in my community. If you're looking for a great opportunity to live and work in Maine at a growing company, check out our website.
In Maine, winters are for having fun and conquering the cold in a Honda CR-V. With all-wheel drive and a host of features, you'll turn any trip into an adventure.
I'm freezing. I can't feel my feet.
Spend more time on your skis. It's not so cold.
Have some fun this year in the all-wheel drive CR-V for just $259 a month. See your Maine Honda dealer today.
And after graduating, I was encouraged to leave the state to find a job opportunity. And so, taking the advice of my mentors, I did that. As soon as I left the state, I ended up in Cincinnati, Ohio. I had a great job. I loved the employer I worked for. I learned a lot, but it was not home. And as soon as my now wife and I got there, we started looking for a way to come back. And so we rushed back to Maine because we missed the quality of life, we missed our family, and we missed the opportunities that existed here. It's a state of a lot of big, small towns. And so that quality of life is really important. My name's Nate Wilds, Executive Director of Live and Work in Maine. Please visit our website, liveandworkinmaine.com, to learn more about our initiative to raise awareness about Maine as a career destination.
And welcome everybody. We are back in downtown Skowhegan at the Bankery with the owner, Matt Dubois, one of the owners here. So tell us about the name, the Bankery. I'm not saying it wrong.
No, you're not. We bought an old 1864 bank building that we converted into a bakery. So we are a from-scratch baking company. We source as many ingredients locally as we can. Everything we see here is either a passed-down family recipe or something that we've come up with ourselves. Our oats and our whole wheat and a number of products that we make, from our breads to scones, all have local grain in them as well.
And you stay so fit. Well, let's go mosey on over here, because
Sure.
this is another part of your business.
2 years after we opened the bakery, we were bursting at the seams and needed more space. And the building next door that we're in now came up for sale, and we decided to buy the business in the building and expand our bakery. Anything from wedding flowers to formal wear to wedding cakes and pastries and pies and dessert bars, things like that. We love Skowhegan. It's well positioned in central Maine. We like to hike and kayak. It's also close to Portland and Boston. It was a really good fit for us. I am blown away by the support we have from our local community. We grew faster than we could have ever imagined, and I'd say in our 11th year now,
Wow.
this has been a great success for us.
Very good. Well, let's go have some of your
Sure.
treats. Okay, my new friend, tell us what you decided for us to try.
So we have, in light of Maine Maple Weekend, we have a Maine Maple Cream Tart with a tuile on top. And then we also have a chocolate cupcake that's infused with Bigelow Brewing Company's brown ale and chocolate ganache.
This is Maine, everybody. Cheers.
Cheers.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
This actually was my horse barn, and we've converted it into a brewery. I had 7 horses, 2 goats, 48 chickens, and a turkey in here. So it's gone through quite a transformation. We were the 47th brewery to open in the state of Maine. There are now over 140 craft breweries in Maine. I was pretty shocked when we opened this brewery that we had so many people that came here, because we're literally in the middle of nowhere. And our grand opening, we had 300 people show up, and it has just grown since then. Every beer that we make, 100% of the base malt is grown and malted in the state of Maine, which we're very proud of. Our pizza dough is made with our spent grain. We use grains from the grist mill, and the local bakery makes our pizza dough.
You could expect to run into some friends you haven't seen in many years. You're going to find some new friends here at Bigelow. It's a very warm and welcoming. You may not be able to find a seat, but someone will stand up and give you theirs when they're done eating. We have a double IPA that we serve here called Dementia Dog. It's a very well-balanced IPA. We try and brew seasonality. We do a cranberry ale when the cranberries are ready in the bogs. We do a pumpkin ale only when the pumpkins are ready in the field. We grow our own pumpkins here. We grow our own hops.
We moved to Connecticut for my job, and we decided after we'd been there about 3 years if we wanted to start a family that, you know, this is where we would want to be. It has really become a community gathering place. You have anybody from infants to 90-year-olds here, and they're all having a great time. And it fills us with joy to have people come here and be so happy. So.
Well, let's toast to that.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, Aaron and Tim, thank you so much for coming to Skowhegan. We're so proud of our town and so grateful to show it off to you and all of your viewers.
will be back. We are very full right now. We had awesome pizza, great treats at the bakery, and now some great beer. So, Jeff, right?
Yeah.
Jeff is the hubby. Yes.
Yeah.
Two great guys in your life.
Yes, and our son John.
Really good dancer. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Now we're going to enjoy some live music.
All right.
Woo!
So I'm Jeremy Muniak. I'm the talent acquisition partner at Certify. As a Portland, Maine, local native, it's really cool to see such a premier tech company that offers incredible benefits and is growing really rapidly, and a successful company still be focused on headquartering themselves in Portland, Maine, even though we have international offices in Canada, in Spain, in London. But we still maintain our presence here and really are focused on bringing more professionals to Portland and to Maine to live and work here. So we're Certify Inc. We're in Portland, Maine. We're a super awesome place to come work with great benefits. Come check us out on the web to learn more at certify.com.
Only 1 hour north of Portland, a beautiful destination awaits you. At Boothbay Harbor Oceanside Golf Resort, we specialize in unforgettable coastal vacations. Venture out on one of our luxury boat excursions, or simply relax oceanside. Your stay includes 2 free rounds of golf at world-renowned Boothbay Harbor Country Club. Stay and play at Maine's premier oceanside resort.
This time of year is local season, and we just want everyone that is around here locally to come in and enjoy the time that you have free reign of DeMillo's without any tourists to bump into and enjoy the scenic view that we have, especially on snow days. When we have blizzards out, this is the best bar to sit at and watch the snowfall, see the boats, the ferries coming in and out. It's perfect.
Hi everybody, and welcome back. If you are planning a trip to Maine and you want a customized, authentic trip, call Vanessa Santorelli, your Maine concierge. Grab a piece of paper and pen for this week's Maine road trip. Hi everybody, and greetings from Portland. Baxter and I here. Today our tailored travel itinerary is from happy hour to after hours. From delicious food, day drinking, dance parties after dark, today's itinerary highlights a variety of what's around town. And we begin with our friends at DeMillo's. Let's head that way and check it out.
My name is Chelsea DeMillo. I am third generation of DeMillo's on the Water. Manage the bar here with my good friend Lisa. It really is a good, friendly environment. We have a great community here.
Good food, good solid drinks. That's what we like doing. So I put all the states in the baseball cap, and I drew out Maine, and I left 3 days later. Here we are. Here we are.
I've kept her for 19 years. I mean, can't shake her yet.
I'm having the LB Manhattan. You can call it the Lisa Manhattan, but definitely made with local ingredients.
A bourbon meatball and a Lisa Manhattan. Cheers, ladies.
Cheers.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure.
I'll be back.
Welcome to Baharat Restaurant in East Bayside, Portland, Maine. About 5 years ago, we purchased a food truck. We decided on Middle Eastern street food. We thought there was a need for it in town. We ran it for 3 years and then just decided that it was time for the next step.
It's a lively environment, friendly faces. We're trying to have a real warm environment.
Abid, thank you for having us at your bar.
Of course, happy to have you.
We're back here at Baharat. You, my lady, would like one of each.
One of each? One of all of them.
Yes.
Garden party here for you. And the town cocktail.
Thank you.
Cheers to you both.
Cheers.
Yay!
Clay and Jenna. Yay!
All right. Here we have the baba ganoush, the hummus. We have some charred chicken skewers.
Oh my gosh, I don't know where to start. Oh my word.
Covered with our vegan garlic sauce.
To Baharat.
Baharat. Cheers.
Welcome to Bubba's! I am Cece Champagne, CHAMPAGNE, just like the liquor behind the counter. Bubba's started 1960. We love to talk about the 80s because it brings back very good memories. Now I have the younger generation coming in. It reminds me when I was young. We all think we're gonna join the gym. We swear by it, we're gonna be there and do it. But if you come to Bubba's, I swear, if you dance 4.5 hours every week to the 80s, you're gonna lose weight. You're gonna sweat to the 80s.
Woo! All right, let's dance. All right.
Woo!
So if you're a Mainer or planning a trip to our beautiful state and want your own personalized itinerary, visit my website or give me a call.
In Maine, winters are for adventure and getting together with the people we care about.
Jay, are we there yet?
Have we been on this road trip for months?
Yeah. At least it's comfortable back here.
Introducing the all-new 2019 Honda Pilot, loaded with a host of family features that turn any trip into an adventure.
We're here.
Have some fun this winter in a new Pilot, now with 0.9% financing. See your Maine Honda dealer today.
My family and I are avid hikers and campers. We love to snowmobile and kind of get out any chance that we can. So Maine has a lot to offer in that sense. My grandmother actually retired from Kennebec Savings Bank. She worked here for 23 years. So I actually shadowed her when I was in high school and college. So it was interesting kind of how it worked out. But the culture is exactly as it lives up to its reputation.
Events like Walk for Wishes make it possible for us to make dreams come true for kids who are fighting these illnesses. It's amazing to see the community rally around these kids because they know how important it is to provide the hope, strength, and joy that a wish can provide.
It's going good. She's happy and healthy and almost a year off treatment.
From all of us at Make-A-Wish Maine, thank you Poland Spring for everything that you do to support Walk for Wishes and make it a huge success.
Thank you, Make-A-Wish!
So as you just saw and heard, Skowhegan, Maine is definitely a community to keep your eye on. And as mentioned earlier in the show, not a far drive at all from Sugarloaf Mountain. But now we want to tell you about one of their neighboring towns, Madison, Maine, home of Backyard Farms, where it's tomato season every day. The best tomatoes are made right here in Maine. And let me tell you, your caprese salad has never tasted so good.
Welcome to Backyard Farms, Aaron. You are standing in the largest greenhouse in all of New England, 42 acres, all under glass, and we're producing anywhere from 25 to 30 million pounds of fresh tomatoes year-round, every year. We always say we grow for quality, not quantity, so we are truly focused on producing the best tasting tomato we possibly can, and there's nothing we won't do to accomplish that. So the tomatoes on the vine are the clusters, that standard go-to that people want each week. beefsteaks, and then cocktail tomatoes, the ones that you're seeing in this compartment.
Each row is 1/8 of a mile long, and there's 300 of them. It's a big facility.
It's very hard to articulate. It's kind of like trying to describe the Grand Canyon to someone. It's that amazing, like until you actually get in here and see it. I don't know if you can really comprehend it.
First and foremost, we are year-round. Right in the dead of winter, it'll be 70 degrees in here, tomato plants, bumblebees buzzing around. While we are growing year-round, it's a different experience every day. We're subject to interesting weather conditions, and we employ a personal gardener system. What that means is every crop care person gets 10 rows of plants that they take care of from the time the plants arrive, about this tall, to anywhere from 40 to 46 weeks later, when they're anywhere from 45 to 50 feet tall.
With the personal gardener system, it shows a sense of ownership and responsibility. There's a sign in front of their little area.
I know that the leadership team really cares about the people that work here in the greenhouse. We really care about how they feel, not just about the work, but how they're feeling in terms of personal development and what kind of opportunities we can offer them. And that's really important. Every decision that we make, we're always asking, how does it impact the employee, and what is the right thing to do for them?
Being in a 70-degree environment is unlike anything else on the planet. But what I really love about Backyard Farms is that we really take care of our people. So everyone here is local. 210 employees generally in the wintertime. We go up to about 250 in the summertime because when the heat comes on, the plants grow like crazy. Tomatoes are heat-loving plants.
We have a great impact on the environment, of course, being in sustainable agriculture, but also on the local community and on our employees.
It's a really close-knit community where you can really set down some roots, pun intended.
So speaking of which, you set your roots here a while ago and moved out of state. Tell us a little bit about your story.
Sure. So I was working in Portland for several years, and I did leave Maine for about 8 years. I found a different career opportunity. I've always said Maine's a great place to live, but a tough place to make a living. When Backyard Farms came calling, I was just so happy to answer the bell.
One of the things I really love about Maine in general is how beautiful it is on any given day. Even in the winter, it's still beautiful. I really appreciate that.
Even in the middle of winter, I'm outside, and that's what I enjoy most. So
every email that comes to the Backyard Farms website comes to me, so I get to hear all the compliments from our customers, how much they love our product, how much they look forward to buying it every week. Then of course I get the ones who tell me that it's the one they buy when they can't grow their own. So what I always like to say is that for the other 46 weeks out of the year, we've got you covered.
It's when you go into the grocery store and you see our tomatoes next to the competitors, you see the difference.
a lot of the local businesses like to use our tomatoes, so it kind of works as a nice little ecosystem of local homegrown stuff that we kind of worked out here. So it's great.
I go to events, I have customers or consumers that will come up running to our booth, talking about how much they love our tomatoes.
If it has Backyard Farms name on it, you know it came from this facility right here in Madison, Maine.
And it's a wonderful opportunity, and it's an amazing company.
And the quality of the tomatoes is the best. It really is the best.
Thank you for watching This Is Maine. To follow our adventures, check out our website, mainelifemedia.com, or my Instagram @AirnoValley. And if you would like to live the Maine life, find your job at liveandworkinmaine.com. Thanks for watching.